What's up, everyone? We're coming to you from Little Caesars Arena in Detroit after day 2 of the NCAA Wrestling Championships. Today went pretty much about as well as Penn State could have asked for as far as things go. They're up big in the team score right now and have a number of guys in the finals tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. So what do you guys think of today so far?
I mean, the number one thing that comes to mind is Roman Bravo Young and Dayton Fix. They get a rematch of last year's NCAA finals. And Dayton Fix in the press conference post-match, when he found out Roman Bravo Young won, he was basically just like, I've been waiting for this for a year. This is what I've been training for. So he's been looking forward to this for a while. And Roman, on the other hand, he obviously wants to be repeat national champion at 133 pounds. And they both have respect for each other, so it should be a great match.
No, Roman's done what he's done all season, right? He's taking care of business. He had a huge win over Austin DeSanto. I think it's his 5th straight win over the Hawkeyes. So he really took care of business, and he's going to get another crack at Dayton Fix tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think looking at 141, the next weight class after that, that's a really interesting matchup. And that Nick Lee obviously has been a favorite all year long. But he's going to get Keyshawn Clark, who is a really, really low seed in the tournament, pulled off a couple upsets, beat Iowa's Jaden Ironman. So he's a real surprise to be in the finals. I think that's going to be an interesting match. He's obviously highly motivated, didn't expect to be there in the final, but Nick Lee's a guy who's been dominant all year long. I expect him to come away with the title, but I mean, that's why they wrestle. So I think personally, though, I'm most looking forward to the Aaron Brooks versus Miles Amin rematch. I think they're two of the best wrestlers, obviously, in the NCAA, but the entire world, in my opinion. I think Amin already has his medal. Brooks, I predict in the future, is also going to be a medalist at some point in the Olympics, and I'm just really excited for that match. I mean, the team score implications aren't as big now. It looks like Penn State's going to be in a real favorable position heading into the 3rd day of NCAAs, but it's going to be important.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Brooks beat him in the first match against the 2, and Amin beat him in the Big Ten. So a trilogy in Detroit with team race implications, potential team race implications, I think.
Couldn't ask for much more there, I'd say.
Yeah, no, coming into this event, this was the match that I wanted to see the most, right? You pencil these two guys. I had 2 great head-to-head matches. Amin obviously got the best of them the last time. But this is going to be a great match. Right? I'm talking to Aaron Brooks after his win here. He said that Miles Amin brings out the best of him. And obviously, Amin reciprocated that, said the same thing about Brooks. So this is going to be a great matchup. Both guys are ready, and both guys have been looking ahead to this one for a while now, I think.
For sure. I think looking at Penn State's other finalists, you got Carter Sirachi, who's going to take on Makai Lewis. You know, there's been a lot of buzz about Makai Lewis around. He's obviously a very, very talented wrestler. Took an Olympic redshirt year. He even mentioned, I think you tweeted out in his press conference, that he even considered quitting wrestling at one point.
Yeah.
But he's obviously a talented guy. He's going to give Sirachi a run for his money. So that's going to be one of the premier matches to watch, I think, tomorrow.
And on the other hand, Sirachi all season has been probably the most confident wrestler in the NCAA. It's just been line him up every time we talk to him, and when I talked to him after the finals again, it was the same mentality, same confidence.
Yeah, I've never met an athlete more confident than Carter Sirachi, but that's why he's the reigning national champion. He had a really dominant performance, I felt like, tonight, and he's a tough guy to score on. So Makai Lewis, a really talented wrestler, he's going to have his work cut out. Same for Sirachi, though. It's going to be a heck of a matchup tomorrow.
Exactly, and then looking at Penn State's last wrestler in the finals, you got Max Dean. He really had a dominant display in his semifinal match. He was facing off against Ohio State's Hoffman, and he really just rode him out for, I think, over 3 minutes. Just really impressive work on top from Dean. I mean, that's been his strength all season long. So he gets a rematch against Iowa's Jacob Warner, and that created a quite infamous photo that many Penn State fans know when Dean had him in a bow and arrow at the dual meet at Carver Hawkeye. So I think Penn State fans will obviously be cheering for that to happen again. We'll see if Dean can get it done. He's going to be favored, but that's a tough match for him.
And he's been a great addition to Cale Sanderson's squad all season, obviously coming from Cornell. We'll see what he can do in the NCAA finals and how the rest of the Nittany Lions will perform.
No, I think this was a really, really big win for Max Dean. He hasn't been a popular guy here in Little Caesars, right? He's had 2 questionable wins, and he's been met with a lot of boos from the 17,000 or so in this stadium. But this was a big win to assert his dominance. He had a tough matchup in the regular season with Hoffman. So good stuff from Dean, and hopefully he keeps that momentum rolling going into tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Penn State's title to lose at this point. I think that a lot of people will expect them to come away with their national championship tomorrow, and it's something that's been coming for a little while for this team. They couldn't get it done at Big Tens, but I think Cale Sanderson and his team are in great position to bring home another national title.